Hey everybody, welcome to Michael JPS video. Storytime, part 3. So, in today's wonderful happiness episode of Death, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt. Yes, I know, it's amazing. Wow. Brilliance of Death. I don't know why I keep saying of Death. It's kind of getting old.
No, you're old.
No, you, Zoomer.
Oh.
See, this is what happens when I finally have the capacity to edit. I do stupid edits. Just like, yo, thing! So, continuing, without... Camera's tilting. You cannot, that's illegal. Okay. Gosh. Okay, so I've reinforced it with some extra tape, so let's do this. I really hope that didn't break. Okay, so, continuing. Part 3. This episode is called... What should it be called? Okay, so I spent about 10 minutes worth of real time trying to think of something to talk about. So, yeah. Give me like 30 more minutes. Okay, so this is going to be a 2-part story. Because I finally figured out. Okay, so the first part is going to be the continuation of Women Are Strange. The second part is going to be just being completely out of skill. Okay, so the continuation. So this girl, right? I really liked her, right? So she was, you know, so I was about 7-ish, right? So there's a part I haven't revealed. Somebody's listening in, but I really don't care. So there's a part I haven't revealed about this story. So in my video, I said I only hugged her. I have a confession, guy. I kissed her. Yeah, I get it, right? Okay, so this was the girl's sister who I liked. So, I kissed her. For some unexplainable reason. I don't know why, but it felt interesting, to say the least. It felt really kind of interesting, to say the least. Now, you gotta remember, this is little Michael JPS gaming boy, so I'm like my legs are like long, so like I'm like all the way down here, like at my knee. Or like maybe a little taller than that. Point being, is I really liked this girl. The girl whose sister I kissed. I really wanted to kiss her instead, but I was afraid like the parents would come down on me for some reason. I don't know why. But there is a living witness to this. There is a living witness to this. And his name is Ryan Wallace. And he makes some pretty good content as well. He is a content creator. He doesn't do insane stuff, but he's a pretty cool guy, so you should check him out. I may or may not be able to put the link in the description because I'm doing this on mobile. Anyhow, but he was a tad lad. I like that. He was a tad lad too, and I was a taddier lad too. So... Okay, so, and the continuation, the real part, so that's just kind of recap and a refit of my first Women Are Strange video, but, so the second part of this is, so I am in about 2nd-ish grade, right, or elementary for you British kids out there, or, you know, anybody who doesn't live in the northern west hemisphere place. Okay, so, basically, our teacher, who I'll just call Miss Smithy, like a smithy, ting 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 ting. So Miss Smithy, ting 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 ting. She was known worldwide as just like the incarnation of this. No offense if you're out there, Miss Smithy. This is her presence. And now, obviously, she was a little rough. Now, she didn't... She was actually a really nice person. But that was, like, once you got to high school and you were, like, in the CIO and, like, something initials for, like, volleyball and all that insanity. But right now, I'm a tad lad, and she's, like, add that to the length of the moon. So she was really tall. And so basically what ended up happening was, so she wasn't mean, but it was hard. It made me cry. No, it did not make me cry. So continuing, basically, she would always read. There was like this 30 or hour-long section in our 8-ish hour day where she would sit down in the corner and she'd be like, children, come around, sit, crisscross apple. Now, obviously, I'm not, her voice was actually more like crisscross applesauce, children. She was not black, so I'm not trying to make fun of black people or anything. I'm just saying it sounded like that. Now, obviously, I can't actually mimic a woman's voice because I'm a guy. Yeah, who would have known, right? I mean, I even say in my old channel trailer. By the way, I will be I will be updating that at some point when I get time and am away from education, because it's done so much for me, as you can see. So, continuing. So, she has this story time, right? So, all the little tad lads go ahead and we all sit down right in front and we're like, yay! And we have our little books, right? Now, not everybody has a book. Now, sometimes you'll be one of the lucky kids and you'll be like the cool kid if you get like an extra book and none of the, like, usually it would be all the girls would get every other, so sometimes it would be just a mixture, like every other kid would get a book. Sometimes it would be every girl would get a book, which was half of the grade of the class. So there was only about, my class was pretty small. There was only about like 20-ish of us, and at that time more like 15, 18, around there. I think it was 19 at that time, actually. So anyways, continuing, what ended up happening was this. So we had our little story time, right? And so I didn't get a book. And this actually continued for like a couple of days. So what I'd always do is I'd scoot next to the girl I like. I can't remember what her tag name was in this video. And so I'd always be like, so I'd always scoot next to her because I really liked her. She was a nice girl. She was really nice, actually. Or, I mean, it was puppy love, obviously, but I mean, like, she was cute. So continuing, anyways. So basically, so I would get close enough to her, and it was already kind of cramped because the teacher didn't want people in the other corner of the room, like, hippity-hopping out of there, or like, you know, looking at their books or doodling on the board or something like that, right? So anyways, what ended up happening was I did this to her hand. Her hand was like down like here. And because she always like put it like here and she had the book here because we were taught to read like that, like smart children. So like you're holding the book like that. And so anyway, she'd always put her hand down here and I'd always do this. And so really slowly it'd be like, okay, that looks really creepy. That looks really creepy. But people, it wasn't. I used to hold her hand while we read, okay? Nothing more, nothing less. Well, that was before I decided to kiss her sister, that is. Biggest oof moment ever, kids. So anyways, moral of that story. Don't get crushes on people, kids, until you're like higher than my knee. So basically, if you're better than Michael, get a crush anytime you want. But if you're lower than me, which is literally an impossibility, because I am the best at being lowest, don't get a crush. Okay, so the second story is a small, short one. But considering, I'll make it kind of brief, because I don't want to go insanely long. Okay, so the second story is there's this place called, it's a company worldwide. It's called, I'm sure you've heard of it. It's called MB2 Racetrack. It's like an electric indoor go-kart indoors. And you have your track and you run around. No, you don't run around. You drive your little electric carts around. So I, Michael, being the stud I am, decided it's a great idea to go 40 miles per hour in an adult race. So basically, there were two ranks. There was the kiddie race, where your carts could only max out at about like 25, 30 miles per hour. Pretty good. And there were these plastic barriers that bent in, and there were tires on the inside, so if you hit it, you got a helmet and everything. It wasn't, and you had your seatbelt, so you're pretty safe. It was a go-kart. It was go-karting. It was actually really fun, and I still do it. I love it. It was my passion Fitness is my... Okay, not fit... Well, go-karting is my passion. So anyways, continuing. So basically, I decided... So there was this... So the track was like this. So, right, I'm coming towards you, and then I have to make this sharp right turn. Go, 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 and make another one. And then I have to go... So I went like this. And then I had to... Right here, I had to bend left. And so basically, I'm coming down the track. Like, I brake. I go around. And suddenly... I accelerate my car because I'm such a stud, and I've been doing this for like 5 years. I can do it. I believe in myself. It was amazing. Now, obviously, this is way later. This was when I was XIV for you Latin scholars out there. So, anyways, I'm coming down, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? I'm not going to put on my brakes when I hit this turn. You know, the acceleration of my car will keep me to the ground, and I'll just turn, and I won't use the brakes at all. Don't do it. Don't do this, kids. I don't think you can try this at home, but don't try it at home if you can. You rich millionaire kids out there. So I'm coming down, right? I'm like full throttle, quite literally. I'm not even taking my pedal off the gas until the last moment. So I'm like, okay, pedal off the gas. Now here's the thing, kids. When you have tires need to have friction with the ground. When you rub your hands together like this, they get hot. That's called friction. And the tire does the same thing, except it's going like that. And the thing that gives you grip on the road is the fact that it's not going to go like this. Or like this. It's not going to slide around. It's going to go straight. And whichever way you point it, it's going to go that way, provided you have the momentum. So if I turn my tire and I'm moving at 500 miles per hour, it's going to go like this. And I'm going to be able to turn. Now, I wasn't able to turn. So what ended up happening is little good old Michael JPS. I'm like, I crashed. I almost broke my neck, actually. And a lot of you people in the audience would have preferred it that way, you little maniacs. So anyways, thankfully that didn't happen, but it did really hurt. And I couldn't take an Advil or anything, because you're not supposed to take Advil or any of the numbing agents for a neck or head injury, because it will mess up how well you've recovered and stuff like that. So basically, what ended up happening is I came home and I quit the race. They dragged me out. I finished the race like a stud. Well, the race actually ended that lap, so there wasn't much left. But, so basically, I didn't turn. I wasn't able to turn because I was going too fast. And so, basically, I came home. I got an ice pack on my neck, and I kind of just took a nice hot shower. I just kind of relaxed. I let all my stuff. It kind of hurt the next day, but I was pretty good. But, you know, there was a plastic barrier about this size. Like, literally, like, if I could hold something, like, my head is this big. It's, like, about half a foot, right? Or maybe 5 inches thick, width-wise, right? And probably 6 inches tall or something like that. That's just a rough approximation from the front and here. And from here to here. But so here's the thing. So I slam into this, and it goes right here. And if I had impacted actually slower, not faster. Faster it would have been like this. And it could have actually I could have gotten whiplash. Thankfully, I was going at like the perfect speed, thank God, that none of that happened. But if I was going slower, it would have just slumped back down on my neck, and my neck could have possibly been broken. Right? So, hallelujah, I'm still alive. So, moral of the story, kids? Don't break at the last minute. I know you competitive boys out there that are still boys want to push it to the edge. Do push it to the edge. And die. That way I can usurp your throne. I'm joking. Don't die. That'd be really bad. Don't die for Papa Michael. Forget I ever said that, please. Anyhow, so that's been, so I actually recovered from that. It kind of hurt the next day. That was it. Yeah. And, yeah. I walked away from my first crash ever. The car's still fine. It was owned by them. No damages were done. I didn't sue them or anything. Not that I can sue, but if I could have, if I was like 500 years old, I could have. I'm not saying I'm lower than that age. I'm just saying if I were that old, I would probably sue them. Anyhow, continuing. Go check out this guy, Ryan Wallace. He's pretty good. He has some really good short films, and or at least he's working on some. And yeah, it was really fun. You know, I encourage all types of competition. Go-kart racing preferably, just because I love it, and you know, it's really fun. It's really fun. And more doggo videos hopefully coming your way, guys. And I don't know when the next story time part is, because apparently the one time I try to think of anything stupid or funny or actually good I've done in my life, it just kind of like wisps away. So, with that in mind, kids, remember, stay Michael. Okay, that I don't know what I was doing there. That's not my ending, as you guys will know. But thank you for watching this Michael JPS video. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like down there and subscribe, which is way down there. Smash that like button, like boom, like I smashed the wall, the plastic little barrier. Smash it hard enough where you just go. I'm gonna shut up. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see y'all next time, and this has been Michael JPS. See you later. Bye!